What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tru Element 78 in the building with.
Your one and only reigning defending Mondo Lucha Hall of Famer, the X-Man Xavier Mustafa.
And everybody's favorite narcissist, the natural Chris Black.
I'm actually, if you could turn your mic down a little bit, Chris Black. But other than that, you guys are up in here with the Saturday Night Slamcasters, here to give you guys our Royal Rumble predictions. We're dropping these for you on Friday, January 29th, 2021, following SmackDown, where we saw the return of Braun Strowman. And spoiler alert for my predictions, Braun Strowman is not going to win the Royal Rumble.
That's not a spoiler. That's a guarantee.
Chris Black, I hope you didn't turn your mic down. Don't let the man steal your shine.
But anyways, yes, we have the Royal Rumble on this Sunday coming up. And one thing that I got to ask Xavier Mustafa, how do you feel missing out on the Royal Rumble? I know you were trying to make it a tradition for your I guess your favorite people to travel down to wherever the Royal Rumble is going to be and witness it in person. How do you feel this year?
It's a sad weekend, but you know what? It's going to make it even better for next year.
I'm not even going to be able to watch it live because I'm going to be in the air flying back home. So I'm going to have to catch it when I get back to the house.
You're close enough to just go crash the party, man.
True that. Hey, I could be number 30. You never know.
Well, actually, you couldn't be number 30 because Natalya and Tamina are wrestling to find out who's number 30 in the Women's Rumble on backstage.
Oh, it's like, I mean the men's match.
So you're going to pull a Nia Jax is what you're saying. But anyways, we only have 4 things right now announced for the card, and that is, 5 things actually. My apologies. We got the 2 main championship title matches. We have the women's tag team titles matches, and then we have the 2 Rumble matches themselves. So we'll start off with the women's tag team championship match, where you have the champions Asuka and Charlotte Flair taking on Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. And my prediction is that Asuka and Charlotte Flair retain, but this is where they kind of implode.
I'm going to have to agree with that. They need to set up WrestleMania matches. We know that Charlotte, being the daughter of Ric Flair, she's going to turn on her tag team partner. Again, they have to build to Mania, so I see them retaining because I would hate to see Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax get the title back. But it'll make for an interesting build to WrestleMania if they're still tag team champions. I mean, eventually they're going to have to drop them. But in the meantime, just to have a little bit of conflict between them two will probably make good storytelling. But this is WWE, so they'll drop the ball somehow. But yeah, Charlotte and Asuka retains.
This was a little tough for me because I can see it going either way. But I'm going to go with Charlotte and Asuka retain.
All right. So following that, we'll move right on to the Universal Championship match. Roman Reigns taking on Kevin Owens in a last man standing match. Roman Reigns retains. Like, it's a no-brainer.
This match is going to be one hell of a banger. But yeah, Roman Reigns is going to retain.
Well, I'm going to be an eyeball. I'm going to go with Kevin Steen with an upset.
I think Kevin Owens.
What you been drinking on?
I know it's not going to happen, but you know what? Weirder things have happened.
No, they haven't. Not that weird. But all right. So next up, we have Goldberg taking on the champion Drew McIntyre. I really don't know. I'll let Xavier Mustafa give his thoughts first.
You know, this is going to be just like Hogan and Goldberg, you know, in Atlanta at the, what arena was that? I can't remember.
The Georgia Dome.
I think it's going to be that epic moment, and he's going to hit Drew McIntyre with that jackhammer. 1, 2, kick out. And then Drew McIntyre going to put that foot in that ass. And it's going to be Drew McIntyre with the victory.
Okay. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm going to come up with a scenario if Goldberg does win the title. The only way it's going to make sense if Goldberg wins the title is if the Fiend. Oh, is he in the Rumble match? I don't think he's in the Rumble match.
The Fiend hasn't been announced for anything because the Fiend was burnt alive.
If the Fiend is in the Royal Rumble match, it's to win, and he gets that win back against Goldberg. But if the Fiend might be taking on Orton at WrestleMania, then Goldberg is not winning. Because if Goldberg, at this point, if Goldberg was to win against Drew McIntyre, he would be a transitional champion. He wouldn't keep the belt for long, and I'll be damned if they keep him all the way to Mania. I would hate to see that. But stranger things have happened. We know WWE is desperate right now. They're desperate for ratings. They want to pop. It seems like their pay-per-views are always building towards Monday Night Raw, the fallout. So if it means a bump in ratings to get the title on Goldberg, I can see them doing it. I would hate to see that. It would totally ruin Drew McIntyre. So I'm just going to say I would hate to see it. I'm going with Drew McIntyre, but if Goldberg wins, dude, I'm officially done with WWE. I watch pay-per-views, but I refuse to watch Monday Night Raw and SmackDown.
I'm going to go with Drew, but I think it's going to be like 4 or 5 Claymores. And I think it's going to be like an 8-minute match. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Drew, and like I said, like 5 Claymores to keep Goldberg down. And knowing Goldberg, he's gonna take those Claymores the hard way.
The only way they will bring Goldberg back to lose is if someone costs him the match, and that's going to be a feud moving forward.
If the check clears.
Yeah.
But
I can't see them just bringing him in and then jobbing him out. That's weird.
I have to step away for a second. But we have the Women's Royal Rumble match. I will let you guys discuss, and I'll be right back.
Wait, what was that?
Women's Royal Rumble. Who you got?
Men's Royal Rumble. Where
Women.
Where did he go? I want to know what he thinks. Oh, I'm just kidding.
He got to check his hose.
He got no hose. Women's Royal Rumble. I don't know where any of these, they're going to go with any of these Royal Rumbles, to be honest. I think if you want to do a surprise, let Rhea Ripley win.
You just stand with Rhea Ripley, huh?
Well, that's the only surprise I think they can do. Because she's supposed to be on the main roster now. Her and Damian Priest. So, what are you going to have? Charlotte win it again? Asuka win it again? Sasha hasn't ever won it, has she? I don't want to see her.
Sasha's a champ.
Oh, yeah, that's true. She wouldn't have been. Yeah, or maybe you can go with, I don't know, random Dana Brooke or something.
Oh, actually, I think the writing's on the wall. I think that Bianca Belair is going to take it, and there's a reason why. So they're doing all these segments where she's showcasing she's the EST, like the old school Mr. Perfect skits, where she's doing all these sports stuff, and she's blowing the competition out. She pins Bayley clean. I think she's set to get a push, but I want to see her face Sasha Banks, but I kind of don't want to see Sasha turn heel. I just want those two have two strong enough characters where they can have a good match and have a competitive match, and they don't need to go heel or face. They can just be themselves and try to outdo each other. That could be like the heel element, is that they're both just trying to outdo each other. And I think these two will have a really good match. So I'm going to lean heavily on Bianca Belair.
Here's a prediction. I forgot about Bianca Belair. This is how you do it. You have Charlotte and Asuka implode, lose the women's lose the women's tag team titles. Have them fight each other at Elimination Chamber. Sasha wins that belt. You get Charlotte and Bianca at wrestle.
Mm.
That way Charlotte still gets her main event. I think her and Charlotte will be really, really good.
You know, you brought up Rhea Ripley. I think Rhea Ripley needs to be redeemed. I think she needs to beat Charlotte. I do. I think Charlotte may get the Raw Women's title at some point before Mania. And I think that Rhea Ripley just challenges her for it. I think she does. I think they're going to get the belt off of Asuka somehow because Asuka has no momentum going forward. I can't see Asuka having a WrestleMania match with anybody. And if they're bringing Rhea Ripley up, she needs to redeem herself and she needs to beat Charlotte. But that's just me. WWE normally doesn't do what I think they should do, but yeah. So are you gonna go? I'm going with Bianca Belair for the women's Royal Rumble. What's your final decision?
I'm gonna go with Rhea Ripley.
Okay.
Even though I wouldn't mind a Bianca Belair.
All right. You know what? Even if Rhea Ripley does win, if Charlotte does get the belt from Asuka, I think that'll be telegraphing it a little too much. If Rhea Ripley wins, we know Charlotte's getting that belt off of Asuka, and they're going to have their rematch at Mania, which I wouldn't mind. But I don't know. Two good picks. Now we'll just see what the other person involved in the podcast.
Yeah, I'm sure you
Tru
guys
Element. Let's see what he says.
discussed a whole bunch. Before I give you guys my predictions for the women's Royal Rumble match, let me say fuck DoorDash as a staff, record label, and as a mother effing crew. I placed an order from them an hour and a half before we decided to do this podcast. The driver picked up my order, drove around with it for 40 minutes. I contacted customer service. They said sometimes they bundle orders together to get them out quicker. And I'm like, so my food is going to be cold when it gets to me. And so they do give me a credit. They gave me a credit. But yeah, my food gets to me and it is ice cold. Not only is my food ice cold, the drivers have your address. He went to the wrong building, so he's standing outside down the street with my food outside. So it's just frozen food now.
So in other words, it's stone cold, stone cold, stone cold.
Man, it might just be. I think Sting walked out with this in the bat on AEW. That's what I think is going on.
Good thing they don't do contactless delivery because otherwise
they do contactless. They do contactless. And one of them did that before.
At your neighbor's front door.
And one of them did that before. I said, I clicked hand me my food. And instead of handing me my food, they sat it in a bush and texted me once they left.
Damn, in a bush?
And this was after a snow, so it was a pizza. They sat the pizza box on top of the snow, on top of a bush, and left.
That's
so
fucked up.
I've had nothing but negative experiences with DoorDash. Postmates is a much better service. Holla at us, Postmates. You can be a sponsor of the show, but fuck DoorDash. And DoorDash is the largest provider of services, but they take their predictions are always wrong when they tell you your food is going to order. It's always off by 30 to 50 minutes, and they already tell you it's going to take an hour for you to get your food, and then you get your food, and they pull stuff like this. So I'm done with DoorDash. I encourage all of our listeners to not fuck with DoorDash at all, and mess with Postmates. Anyways, back to professional wrestling. When it comes to the women's Royal Rumble, I heard you guys say Rhea Ripley, and I think that Rhea Ripley should come up to face Asuka possibly, and then to get that Charlotte match. But that Charlotte match isn't going to happen at WrestleMania with Rhea Ripley. And I don't think they're going to put her in that position again right now. So, did you guys discuss Ronda Rousey coming back? Or I know Becky's not coming back. She posted a picture. She's lost a lot of size, a lot of muscle, and all that stuff. So, and obviously she had the baby back in December, so she's not going to be ready for the Rumble.
Well, I said Bianca Belair. Mustafa said Rhea Ripley.
Okay. I'm Bianca's not ready for that spot yet.
You being DoorDash right now. Come on, let's go.
It's gonna be even colder by the time we get done with this. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go with Bianca. Makes the most sense, but I don't think she's ready for that WrestleMania spot yet. It's gonna take a lot to get her to that spot to make people believe that she would have a shot, whoever the champion is at that time. So I'm gonna go with Bianca, but I'm not confident about it at all. So that's where that sits. As far as the men's Royal Rumble, who you guys got and why?
I'm going with. Okay. So I already said that the Fiend would be a possibility if Goldberg wins. But my number one pick for the men's Royal Rumble is going to have to be Daniel Bryan. The winner of the Royal Rumble is going to be main eventing WrestleMania. And you know Roman Reigns is going to be in that main event. So the person who wins the Royal Rumble is going to be facing Roman Reigns, in my opinion. And I think Daniel Bryan is the perfect person. Now, whether or not he defeats Roman Reigns, that remains to be seen. I'd love to see it. We definitely could use a big win from someone like Daniel Bryan. But I don't know. Roman Reigns is just on a roll right now. So unless it's The Rock, I don't know. I think the men's Royal Rumble has the most potential to have the most surprise entrance. So I'm going to stick with Daniel Bryan because I think that the match to be, if it's not going to be The Rock versus Roman Reigns, it has to be Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns. That's my final answer.
I agree with that. Daniel Bryan is my pick to win the Royal Rumble. It's either got to be Daniel Bryan or it's got to be Big E. It's one of those two for me. I don't think they're going to give us Big E. And the Daniel Bryan one is right there in front of them. It's right there in front of them. But they've blown it before. We saw them blow the Finn Balor and Adam Cole match down in NXT when Adam Cole was going to break Finn Balor's record for the longest reigning NXT champion. It was right there in front of them, and they ignored it. So, I don't know. It's WWE. I don't put anything past them. But I know Braun Strowman ain't winning that shit.
It's going to be none of them. I think it's time they finally pull the trigger on the almighty Bobby Lashley.
I definitely thought he was gonna say Jinder Mahal. I'm glad he didn't say that shit.
You know he's gonna make an appearance, right? I'm pretty sure he's gonna be one of the surprise entrants, and then they'll give him the what's his name? The Luke.
No.
3 seconds thrown out.
First of all, they wouldn't do that.
Although I'll put him over real quick. I'm going to put Jinder Mahal. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to finally put over Jinder Mahal. I would not be disappointed if Jinder Mahal won to face Drew McIntyre. I actually would not hate that. Of course, Drew would, kick his face in at WrestleMania, but,
I will say, if he's in the Battle World, though, I might have to change my pick right away. But my pick is for Bobby Lashley. It's about time they pull the trigger on him. Let that man be great.
I would pick Bobby Lashley if he wasn't already a champion.
That was my point. I said if Bobby Lashley wins, then I think they're telegraphing that he's somehow going to lose the U.S. title, and that's not going to be good going into WrestleMania.
Yeah, who do you think he is? Keith Lee?
Who?
Could we get Keith Lee versus Roman Reigns?
You said what? Could we get Keith Lee versus Roman Reigns? Not on the main roster.
WWE 2K21.
But yeah, it's got to be Daniel Bryan. If it's not Daniel Bryan, then I got a feeling WWE will pull the Shinsuke thing, but nobody believes Shinsuke is going to beat Roman Reigns. And the most out of left
Not at
field
all.
thing they could do is have it be Cesaro, and I'd be all in on that match. But like I said, it's got to be Daniel Bryan or it's got to be Big E.
If they're gonna let Shinsuke be New Japan Shinsuke, I can see it. If they want to build him up like a monster and make him actually be something, I can see it happening. But if they're gonna let him be WWE Shinsuke, nah.
Not against Roman Reigns. I don't even think they'll allow a New Japan Shinsuke to beat Roman Reigns.
Yeah, and then what they had on SmackDown between Sammy and Shinsuke, and then Shinsuke and Cesaro now breaking up and all of that. So Shinsuke has other things to deal with right now. So yeah, my pick is Daniel Bryan. I had Bianca Belair, had Drew McIntyre, had Roman Reigns, and had Charlotte and Asuka retaining. So right now this pay-per-view looks like a big nothing burger. I understand that Chris Black is going to be in the air for the show. Normally for the Big Four, we try to do the live Discord chat with you guys. I'm going to be watching the show. I'll be on Discord. Xavier Mustafa, can we count on you to be on the Discord server as well?
I'll try my best.
Oh, man. But other than that, that is our Royal Rumble predictions for you guys. Go ahead and promote the Legacy Pro show that's coming up. That's next weekend, I believe.
That is going to be, yes, by the time you hear this, which will be Saturday, 1 week from then, February 6th, we're going to be live at the Root River Center, 7220 West Rawson Avenue in Franklin, Wisconsin. Franklin? Yeah, Franklin, Wisconsin. Tickets are $20. You can get them at legacyprowi.com or facebook.com/legacyprowi. And come see some great talent like Christopher Black, who will be wrestling JPH. So hopefully he'll get a W this time, because he did take an L from him last time. You know, he's not on the roll right now, but he can get back on the roll. I'll believe in him. We're gonna have Brown Sugar. He will be wrestling on the card. We're gonna have the Dark Match Mafia defending the tag team championships and more.
I know I'm getting sick and tired of you having Christina Black in these intergender matches. It's time for you to bring in Stacey Shadow so she can put Christina Black in her damn place.
Anyway, breaking news. I should be watching New Japan Strong right now. Moxley showed up.
Wow. He hopped the flight.
Yes. and he's in Kenta's face. I definitely need to check that out as soon as we get off.
And you're
You're
down there with the wife, and now you just popped before you even got to the bed. How pathetic. We know what gets you off, man. Sweaty man without t-shirts in each other's faces.
New Japan, baby.
Yeah, so I guess we'll be hearing about that on the next episode of Slamcasters, dropping for you guys next Saturday as well. So you guys will have the Legacy show, you'll have our Royal Rumble review, and yeah, you'll have brand new content from us. We're going to have a lot to discuss, and we'll have story time with Chris Black and Xavier Mustafa. Go ahead and drop your social medias for everybody so we can get on up out of here.
Catch me at Xavier Mustafa on Facebook and on the Twitter.
You can catch me at The Natural Chris Black on Instagram and Facebook, and at _natural_CB on Twitter.
Yep. And you can catch us wherever you get your podcast from. And you can also find us over on YouTube. Well, obviously you're here on YouTube, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you're notified whenever new episodes go up. And also, I think I already said it, but leave us a like, leave us a comment. Like, we like seeing that type of stuff, and the likes help other people discover our content. If you're enjoying it, I'm sure others will enjoy it as well. You can also catch me over on Slamcaster TE78 over on Twitter, and you can also find us on Facebook. Just search Saturday Night Slamcasters. Join our Discord, Saturday Night Slamcasters, and also join our Saturday Night Slamcasters Slam Board, which is our wrestling group over on Facebook, where we post live reactions to AEW Dynamite as well as NXT and other shows. We'll have one up for the Rumble, I'm sure. And other than that, We up out of here. Holla at your boys. Come get slammed. Peace.